Dynamo has always been all about ultra-compact, high-resolution bass, as much performance as we can pack into a small space. We wanted to elevate that performance standard and bring a lot of high technology to an already existing, established platform.
This is a complete redesign of the Dynamo Subwoofer series. We've taken everything we learned in the previous Dynamos and applied them to this, as well as bringing on a lot of new features.
The new models of Dynamo are Dynamo 400, Dynamo 600X, 800X, 1100X, and 1600X. X models add extra features. These features include the ability to control the subwoofer with an app on your mobile device, room correction, and an optional wireless connection between your AV receiver or preamplifier. It's not just a box, man. There's so many cool things in here. ARC is Anthem Room Correction, a very powerful piece of room correction software which is now available on your mobile device. It allows us to let the customer put the subwoofer wherever it might look the best, but then optimize its performance.
When you put a subwoofer in a room, the bass will radiate through the room and bounce around. As it bounces around, it generates standing waves. So in a specific spot in the room, you may have peaks at some frequencies and dips at other frequencies. Room correction adds equalization to the subwoofer itself to try to adjust this so at the listening position, all the bass notes sound equally loud if they're intended to. On top of that, we have app control, which allows for much easier setup. You can sit in your chair and push the buttons and set up your subwoofer from a distance. The Dynamo Control App has several features. For instance, the low pass now has adjustable frequencies down to the nearest hertz. You can pick third or fourth order filters. The phase control, you now can select phase down to the 1 degree increment.
As you move up in the Dynamo family, you get higher performance, which would include things like larger driver size, bigger amplifier power.
So the bigger models offer more bass, more dynamic impact. They're much better at shaking the room. You'll enjoy them, especially on those action movies where things are blowing up.
The inverted surround not only gives us more clearance and less air turbulence for better sound, but it's also given us much more linear motion in order to have better performance. You'll have more dynamic and more detailed articulate bass. Instruments sound like instruments. You can hear a timpani versus a bass drum. This is new levels of bass accuracy from these ultra-compact enclosures.
IME equalization is where we look at the response of the subwoofer and then we calculate what it is mathematically, and then we calculate the inverse of that and then use that to generate our equalization curve. We do this because it's the ideal method for equalizing a subwoofer.
The new generation of Dynamo subwoofers continues the feature that we've had since its inception, which is the ability to easily switch the subwoofer from a down-firing position to a front-firing position. The down-fire-front-fire conversion can be accomplished in just a matter of minutes without tools by the consumer or by the installer. It's just a continuation of MartinLogan's attention to detail and design. It's all driven by what is the best package we can put forward.
You're going to experience complete control of your bass for the very first time in a MartinLogan product. It's just an unmatched level of control that gives you the ability to customize and tailor the bass exactly the way you want it.
Years ago, we made passive speakers, then we made powered subwoofers. Now we're actually bringing computational power to subwoofers. They're able to interact with your smartphone, talk over Bluetooth. Technology just keeps evolving, and we're keeping up with it with our Dynamo series subwoofers.